Sara, welcome. How are you?
Hi guys. Thank you for having me, Andre.
It's good to have you here. What you achieved in the last few weeks was amazing. So I decided to bring you to share your story, to share your journey, and to share some mindset shifts you had recently with your business. Okay, so let's get into it. So the first question I have for you, basically, is for you to share a bit about your story and how you got into affiliate marketing.
Yeah, for sure. I'm happy to share, of course, all of the um, ups and downs that I've had since I got started. So I started back in 2020. It was in July of 2020 where, well, first of all, it was in 2018 when I first heard about affiliate marketing, but I didn't do anything about it. I was just researching it surface level. I didn't really start anything. I was just thinking about it for 2 years. After 2 years, it was July 2020 when I was just sick of working the same job for 3 years. I was working at a call center, doing 50, 60 plus hours per week and getting paid minimum wage. I was like, I have to find something that works. So I started to research more about affiliate marketing, and that's when I started to know about ads and paid ads and funnels and autoresponders. That was like uh, everything I knew was from YouTube, like watching YouTube videos and trying to understand how everything works. Um, so from July until November 2020, I all I did was watching YouTube videos, trying to implement what I was learning, doing paid ads with the little budget that I had. I did everything, all sorts of paid ads, solo ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, everything, you name it. I spent money on it, and I was spending so much time trying to make my funnels pretty and presentable and appealing to customers or leads. That's what everyone talked about, all of the gurus. That's what they talked about in the YouTube videos, how it's important to have a pretty funnel. And I spent, as I said, 4 months doing that, but I didn't get anything in return. I was just losing money, and so I had to stop at some point because I didn't have any money left. Because I didn't have a job. I quit my job in July to pursue this affiliate marketing business. So I had to stop, and it wasn't until um, November of that same year that I found out about high ticket affiliate marketing, because at first I was just doing low ticket products, trying to promote ClickBank products, sorting products by gravity, and trying to promote the hottest products on ClickBank, and felt frustrated because nothing I was doing was working. All of everything I was taught on YouTube, I was implementing the same exact thing, but nothing was working. So, as I said, it wasn't until November 2020 that I found out about high ticket affiliate marketing and using organic strategies with Facebook. And that's how the high ticket affiliate marketing journey started for me.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. One thing I want to ask you, based on what you just said, was you said that you quit your job to pursue this. Um, didn't you, or how did you feel at that moment when you decided to quit your job and pursue this and go all in? What made you make that decision?
Um, just knowing that I couldn't do what I was doing at my day job for forever. I had to look for something, and I was just desperate to find something else to. Um, I was just desperate. I was in a desperate situation financially, emotionally, mentally, that I had to. I would, even though I didn't have enough savings to quit my job, but I was just like, I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna quit my job to have enough time to work on this, and I'm gonna make this work. And worst case scenario, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna go back to my day job. But until I try, I'm not gonna know if it's gonna work or not.
So you decided to burn the bridges, basically. Um,
Yeah.
and and during those first few months, my story is very very similar to yours. I spent probably 2 months on YouTube trying everything by myself, not getting any help, and going through the same things that you went through with the funnels, with the ads, trying low ticket. Then I found about high ticket. So your story is very similar to mine. I was also working crazy hours in my job. You said 50 to 60. For me, it was 60 to 70. Um, so we have a very very similar story, and you touched there on a lot of things that are common problems for people when they are starting with affiliate marketing. They spend money on ads, which I did. I spent a lot of money on Facebook ads, solo ads, the funnels, and spending a lot. I had an IT background, so I spent a lot of time on the tech because it was my comfort zone, and it led me nowhere. So yeah, those are very very common things that people go through, and it's amazing that you are sharing that. Thanks. Um, so around November 2020, you entered the iTicket and Facebook Organic, right? So
Yeah.
at that moment, what did you decide to do? Did you decide to try to get help? Did you decide to keep trying everything by yourself with Facebook Organic and iTicket?
Um, at the very first time I found out about high ticket affiliate marketing, I knew I couldn't do it by myself because just the word high ticket scared me. I didn't know. I heard all of these people talking about how you can, as a complete beginner, sell high ticket products and you don't have to limit yourself to low ticket products just because you're starting. Because that's one of the biggest mind shifts I had too, is that I don't have to be, and I hear a lot of people, a lot of new affiliate marketers and people who want to start affiliate marketing think that uh, they have to start small, right? They have to start with low ticket and earn the right to promote high ticket as they go. And it's just a big misconception in this space. You don't have to start with low ticket. You can start with high ticket as a complete beginner. And when I had that mindset shift, I was so interested in the business model and in the high ticket affiliate marketing, but I was not sure I could do it on my own. And the fact that I wasted 4 months um, just watching free stuff on YouTube, I didn't want to waste another 4 months. So because it wasn't just the time, it was the frustration, I felt desperate. It was a lot of negative emotions, and I basically had very limited time until I had to go back to my day job. So I was like, I can't do this on my own. I can't waste another 4 months. I have to invest in myself. And I heard a lot of people talking about the importance of investing in yourself and basically just shortening that learning curve, right? And learning from someone who has done it, learning from someone who is already where you want to go. So I pulled the trigger. It was my biggest investment ever. And I invested in a coaching program that was teaching high ticket affiliate marketing using organic strategies on Facebook.
Around what time was that? Your first investment? Was it right in
It was,
November?
yes, exactly. It was in November, beginning of November 2020.
So November 2020. So you said you started in July. So 4 months after you started, you made your first high ticket investment. So you didn't make any low ticket investments before that?
I did not. I didn't make anything.
Only
Are you
only
talking
what you
about
spend on
investments?
ads.
I thought you were talking about sales.
Sorry?
You're talking about investments or sales?
Investments in low ticket products, low ticket trainings.
I I bought some low ticket, but it was just courses about $11, $7, something like that. It was nothing big.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. So we are at a point now where you made your first high ticket investment, which was in a coaching program. And from that point, what happened after that? After you made your first IT investment, were you able to start getting results?
So at the same time, I had to go back to because I had used all of my savings to buy that course, that a coaching program, that high ticket coaching program. So I had nothing left, and I had to go back to my day job. I was like, I can do this. Like now, I am taking like weekly calls with these people who know what they are doing. All I have to do is attend the weekly calls, attend the coaching, implement, and I can do both. I can go to my day job, work, and after I come back, I have 2 hours or 3 hours to work on this. And I did this for about 5 to 6 months.
Okay, so until June 2021, right?
It was until April
Okay.
2021.
Okay. And during that time, were you able to make any progress with your business and achieve any results?
Yeah, it was in April 2021 when it was the beginning of the month when I had my first, it was two sales at the same time. So I had my first 2.2K day. I had just finished my shift at my day job. I was heading back home. I was waiting for a cab, and then I open my phone and I find this email notification saying that I made it was basically an email notification and a text from my coach saying, "Congratulations, you just made a 2.2. You just had a 2.2K day," which was the feeling was amazing. I never felt like that before. It was crazy.
That's amazing. So that's an amazing achievement to be able to make two iTicket sales on the same day. So your first sale was iTicket sale. You didn't make low ticket sales before the iTicket sale.
I did. So my first month, which was in November, the first month that I invested, I made a low ticket sale, but it was nothing crazy. As I said, it was like probably
Yeah.
$11. Um, but my first high ticket sale was about 5 months after the investment.
Yeah. So uh, as everyone can see here, it takes time to develop the skills. So a lot of people jump online and they think that they can get results tomorrow or they can make 10K a month in the next month. And this is a journey that takes time, and there are a lot of roadblocks in the way. You have a lot of skills that you need to learn: sales, marketing, copywriting, and especially when we come from a job, we have a mindset of working in a job, and building a business is a completely different mindset. So you will have a lot of mindset blocks. You will have to work a lot in yourself, and you'll have to develop a lot of skills to be able to get to a point where you make sales. Okay, so um, it's important that you have those expectations when you are jumping online. Some people here are just starting. Some people watching have been doing it for some time, but it's important that you have those expectations, and that you have a long-term vision, not just thinking about making a sale tomorrow. Your goal needs to be building a long-term business and building something that can give you results over and over again for years and years to come. Okay, because if you are just here to make a buck, um, and then see 5K tomorrow or 5K in the next month, that's not going to happen. And when you have big expectations and things don't happen, there is a misalignment in expectations and reality. You get frustrated and you give up. Okay, so having that long-term vision and being ready for the work that it takes to build a business is important, because you come mentally prepared for that. Okay, that's what I always say a lot in my lives: is you need to be ready to do the work and be prepared to struggle for a few months and do the work every single day and learn a lot, develop your skills, because it takes time to get there. Awesome.
I love what
So
you
you might
said because go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to add that I love what you said, and it's one of the biggest mindset shifts that I had to make in order to keep moving forward. Is that um, consistency is key in this game, and that 10K, like join this program and you're gonna make 10K in the next 30 days is like a big marketing lie that is that a lot of people fall for, and I was a victim of that myself. I wanted to make 10K like 30 days after my first investment, and it's just not how it works in this online space. You have to be dedicated to show up every single day and be consistent, and results will follow. If you show up every single day, results will follow.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about becoming 1% better every day, and things will start compounding, and eventually it will start clicking. Okay, because sometimes even if we know what we need to do, or if we know uh, how things work, we need to hear things multiple times for things to click. Okay, I've had multiple times in my journey where someone told me to do something multiple times, and only after I hear that thing on the fifth time or the sixth time was when it really clicked. So sometimes you need to consume the same information over and over again, and hear different perspectives from different people explaining things in different ways, even if they are explaining the same thing, but each person has a different way of explaining it, for you to see the different perspective and for you to click. Okay, so that's why it takes time to develop skills, and to be able to get consistent results, because it's not just learning how to do a few tasks on Facebook. You need to learn real skills: marketing, sales, copywriting, and these skills take time to develop.
Exactly.
Awesome. So we are in April 2021. You made your first iTicket sale, which were two iTicket sales in the same day, and the 2.2K day. And from that point, what happened next? Were you able to make more sales in the same month? Were you able to continue making sales after that?
So at that point, this is why I wanted us to talk about mindset a lot in this live, because people really need to hear that. When I had that first high ticket sale, those first high ticket sales in the same day, because of my mindset issues, which I still have to deal with every single day. But at the time, because of that, I stopped doing my daily action plan. I don't know what happened there, but I just stopped and I focused on my day job. And I took a long break from April until December 2021. And it wasn't until December that I decided to quit my job, because I always had that, like when you really want something, when you really want to pursue something and you don't, and you go and just go about your life, you will always have that in the back of your mind. And as I was going to my day job every single day, I always had that in the back of my mind. And um, as I said, it wasn't until December 2021 that I decided to quit and really pursue this, because I saw the potential. I saw where it could lead, like with the right mindset and the consistency and showing up every day. And that's what I did. I quit my job in December 2021, and I got back into things on January, beginning of January of this year, 2022.
Okay. And when you say you had mindset blocks at the time that made you stop doing the work, can you tell us a bit more about that, if you are open to share? Was it related with thinking you are not good enough? What was going through your mind for you after making a 2.2K day, giving up or stopping? You didn't give up because you came back, but you stopped doing the work. What was going through your mind at that time?
Honestly, it was a lot of things at the same time. It was imposter syndrome, thinking that I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just an imposter. It was imposter syndrome. It was fear of being judged, fear of maybe fear of success, because I was seeing the results and I was seeing the potential, where I was in the beginning of my journey, and I was already having that kind of success. So it's like Um, I couldn't figure out what was happening, but my brain was just working against me, and I stopped showing up. I stopped being consistent with my daily action plan. It's the opposite of what 99% of people would do, which is see that kind of result and then go hard and go all in. But for me, it was the exact opposite. So I stopped working on things, went back to my day job, and but as I said, it was always in the back of my mind. So that's why I came back this year.
Yeah, and imposter syndrome is something that affects a lot of people. And it's not just when you are starting. I have imposter syndrome a lot of times. Almost every month I have a day where I'm feeling bad because I think I cannot do something, or every time I have a new challenge I always have some doubts and I'm not sure if I can do it. So it's something that you will constantly have, and you will always have those um, doubts, and you keep questioning yourself and you keep asking yourself, am I able to do this? Especially when you try new things. But that's why mindset is so important, that you work on your mindset daily, that you keep learning more about how your mind works, and doing exercises consistently for you to be able to improve your mindset. Okay, a lot of people don't pay attention to mindset, and as you see here with Sara's story, after making a 2.2k day, she stopped doing the work because of mindset. Okay, mindset is 80% of this game. You can have all the tactics, all the strategies, but if your mind is not in the right place, and you have your subconscious mind holding you back, something like this will happen. Okay, so it's very very important that you pay attention to your mindset, because as I said, you can have all the tactics, strategies, you can have a plan to follow, but if your mind is not in the right place, it can affect everything you do on a day-to-day basis, and eventually you can stop doing the work because of mindset issues. Okay,
Yeah,
so at that
exactly.
moment you understood how important mindset is, basically, right?
Yeah, and I still realize it every single day. It's I would say it's even like 90% of the game. Um, it's something and it's not something that you have to work on for a period of time and then be like, okay, I'm done with this. I don't need to work on mindset anymore. I got it. I can just go about, my work and make things happen. But it's something that even people who have made it, um, even like 7-figure earners, 8-figure earners, 9-figure earners, they still have to do mindset work every single day. It's not something that you can do once, and it's a daily practice.
Yeah, because we have, and most of these limiting beliefs that we have come from childhood, from the first 7 years of our lives. Okay, and if we don't pay attention to it, it can really affect everything we do. So it's important to work on that consistently. Um, so we are at a point now that you are coming back from your break from the online marketing space, and you come back in December, January, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
it was.
January this year, 5 months ago, you came back.
Yeah.
Um, so at that moment, you were basically restarting your business, getting back again to work with your daily action plan. And at that moment, what did you feel? Did you feel like you could do it alone, or did you still have coaching from the program you bought in the past? What was your situation at that moment?
So when I came back in January of 2020, it was I still had of course I still had access to the coaching program that I was already in. I still had access to the videos, the pre-recorded videos. Everything is explained there, but what I needed and what made me realize that I couldn't do it alone is the support. I needed someone to go to whenever I had a question, whenever I didn't understand anything, whenever I felt stuck. And don't get me wrong, the first coaching program I invested in was awesome. It had everything I needed, but there wasn't the level of support that I needed, and that because I understand that a lot of beginners, when we are just starting, that's what we need, the support, and to have someone to ask questions, to have someone to guide you by the hand and tell you that this is what you need to do every single day to get closer and closer to your goals and to keep making progress. And I didn't have that. All I had was pre-recorded videos on the strategy and what needs to be done, but I didn't have the support. And I feel like that's a big piece, that's a big missing piece in a lot of in this space in general. And that's what we all need when we are just starting. So I knew I could do it alone. I knew I couldn't do it alone. It was gonna take me a lot of time to do it alone. Um,
Just to clarify, so um, you invested in that program in April, and then in January you didn't have access to the same support you had before. Is that correct?
it was it was 6 months. It was a 6 month
It was a
coaching
6 month.
program. Yeah, with
Okay,
access
so you
to
just
all
had
of the mentors and everything.
so you just had you kept the access to the training videos, but you lost the access
Yeah,
to the coaching. Cool.
exactly.
Thanks for sharing. So that was around January this year, so 5 months ago, and that was around that time that we started working together. So, what made you consider working together? What made you decide to pursue working together with me and starting working with me in January?
Um, so what made me consider working with you and seriously look into it is the fact that we met. I remember meeting you when I first came into this online space, which was when I first came into the high ticket affiliate marketing space, which was it was in November 2020. That's when um, that's when I knew you. And even though I wasn't your student and there was no, we were just, we had just started talking. You knew about my situation. You knew you knew my goals. You knew what I was struggling with. And I felt like you were always there to guide me. And I remember just asking you all the time these different questions and getting replies like instantly. Um, you were a lot of help when I wasn't even like a student of yours. So I felt like I feel like that's what made me consider working with you, because I was like, if this guy is like helping me out for free, like imagine if I actually pay him and work with him, like how would that look like? And I didn't tell you this, but the 2.2K day that I had, it was thanks to a lot of your directions and a lot of your help. Because although I was in the coaching program and I was implementing and everything, when I didn't have anyone to go to, I would go to you and ask you questions, and you would reply with these voice notes and explain everything and always be there. And as I said, a lot of the reason why I got that 2.2K day and those two first high ticket sales was because of you. So that's what made me look into working with you when I came back.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. And here, that shows also a lesson for everyone watching, which is um, the importance of building relationships. Because if you are building a relationship with someone today, and if they don't buy today, you burn that bridge and you burn that relationship, you are leaving a lot of money on the table. Okay, Sara took from November 2020 until January 2022 to buy a product from me.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was 1 year and a few months of that journey, which we call the customer journey, until she considers buying a product from me. Okay, so that's why it's so important that you build an audience, that you produce content consistently, because it keeps nurturing that audience every single day. Some people take a few days to buy from you after they enter your audience. Some people take 1 year to buy from you. Okay, but you keep showing up consistently in front of your audience, and you keep nurturing them over and over and over again, and people are getting closer and closer and closer and closer to buying from you. Okay, even if you sell an affiliate product. Okay, she bought my coaching, but even if you are selling an affiliate product, the concept is the same. Okay, so there is a big lesson there in what you said, because a lot of people go for the sale very quickly. They meet someone today and they try to sell today without building trust first, without building a relationship first, and that burns the bridge.
Yeah.
And sometimes all you need to do is be patient and give first before you ask. And as you described, I was giving you value without asking anything in return. Okay, that's a key for you to be able to eventually make a sale. Okay, you need to give first before you ask. If the first thing you are doing when you meet someone is asking, of course people are not going to buy your affiliate product. Okay, any comments on that?
Yeah, exactly. That really attracts people, the fact that you care for them and you want them to succeed. Like whether they buy from you or not, you want to see them make progress towards their goals. And that's what I saw in you. That's what I keep seeing, to be honest, every single day. You're always there to answer my questions, to make me feel like I'm not alone. And even like when it comes to mindset issues, um, you keep reminding me that it's something that needs to be worked on every single day. And I feel like that's the most important thing, is to, as you said, build that relationship with people and make them feel like you care, because you do care, not just you do care about their success, not just because you want them to buy something from you. And people feel like that's gonna slow down their like slow down their path to getting that sale, but it actually speeds it up. Um, it might not, because it didn't make sense to me at first too. Like I fell for that. I was like, I have to make that sale. I have to make that sale, and I was burning bridges all the time. People were looking at me like what, like they knew what I was after, right? Um, so that's what slows down your progress. That's what slows down your path to getting that first sale. But if you care and just trust the process and trust that if you keep providing value and caring about people's success and helping people, that sale will come.
Exactly. It's a matter of showing up consistently, building relationships, keep building trust with people, and the sale eventually happens. As I said, some people take a few days in the customer journey because they are already looking for a solution. Sometimes you find people that are already looking for a solution right away, so the customer journey is very short. But some
Yeah,
people need time until they consider buying a product or a solution from you. So it can take 1 year. I think I had one person that took 1 year and a half to buy from me. Okay, so it can take a long time. Okay, but as long as you keep feeding that audience with new people every single day, you keep nurturing that audience every single day, you will have sales consistently because you have new people entering your audience and new people getting closer and closer to the buying decision. So you keep having people getting to that point of being ready. Okay,
yeah.
so we started working together in January, end of January, and at that from that time, what mindset shifts and what growth have you experienced since we started?
Um, Now I feel like we're getting to the most important part. Um, yeah, so there are a lot, to be honest, a lot of mindset shifts, because when you come from a family that's not really entrepreneurial, you don't come from, I'm from a third world country, and where I'm from, there's not a lot of entrepreneurs, there's not a lot of that entrepreneurial journey. Everyone is working a 9 to 5 job, and where I'm from, you're lucky even if you find that 9 to 5 job, right? So I had a lot of work to do on my mindset, which was holding me back a lot. But can I just tell you like one by one? And
Yeah.
because there
Yeah.
are a lot, but I'm gonna tell you a few. The first big mindset shift I had when we started working together is the importance of long-term thinking and having that long-term vision and not being in a hurry to make things happen, and just realize that this if your goal is to build a sustainable online business, then you have to set the right foundation, and you have to be patient with yourself. You have to know that you're building something that's going to pay you forever, so you can't rush something that's going to last forever, right? You have to be patient, show up every single day, be consistent, and know that the results will come, as we just talked about. So the importance of long-term thinking, because I feel like short-term thinking just leads you to giving up. When you're thinking short-term, you're not seeing the results you want, and you quit, and you have that shiny object syndrome, and you go somewhere else, and you start that same journey again, where you start something, you want the results fast, it doesn't happen, and you quit and you go to another thing, and the cycle keeps repeating itself. So thinking long term and having that kind of vision is everything. And I want to have your opinion on that.
Uh, Sorry. That's crucial. Because I said that a few minutes ago. If you come into this game with expecting that you are going to get rich tomorrow, you are going to get disappointed very quickly. Um, the way you get to results, the way you make money, this will sound counterintuitive, but the way you make money is not focusing on the money. The way you make money is on focusing on the inputs that will generate the money naturally. Okay, money is the output of your work. Money is not what you need to focus on. You need to focus on the inputs, the process that will eventually generate the money as an output. Okay, so your inputs are growing your audience every single day, nurturing that audience every single day, building relationships every single day, putting offers in front of people when it's a good time and they are ready to explore the solution that you have to offer. If you keep doing those inputs every single day, sales will come naturally as an output. Okay, but when we are focusing so much on the sale, usually we repel the sale because we become needy, we become pushy, and the sale and people can sense that, and it repels the sale. Okay, so if you have that focus of improving your inputs every single day and improving your skills every single day and improving the process you are doing every single day, because it becomes a game of looking at your process and seeing where things are breaking and fixing. Okay, what you are doing daily is looking at where things are not working and fixing and improving that part of the process until it's flowing consistently, until it's flowing from someone entering your audience until they buy. Of course, not everyone buys, but when you start having people going from A to B consistently, that's when the process is flowing. Okay, that's when you can start thinking about scaling and running ads, when you have a foundation that is strong. Okay, because when you have that foundation that is strong and your skills developed, then running ads becomes easier because you have the skills, because you know what you are doing. Um, so it's very, very important that you come into this ready to build a business, because this is a business. This is not something that will make you rich tomorrow. This is a business, and as any business, it takes work, it takes time, it takes investing in yourself, and being ready to um, not see results for some time. Some people take 1 month to see results. Some people take 1 year to see results. Everyone's journey is different because everyone has different backgrounds. Everyone has different skill sets that they had from previous experiences. But if you stick with it and you don't give up and you do the work every single day, you'll get there. It's a matter of time. Okay. So if you have that thinking, that vision, that mindset, you will win. Okay. It's a matter of time and things will start clicking as long as you don't stop.
Exactly. Yeah, and you
That's the
will
main
be
thing.
very, very disappointed if you come with the with if you don't come with the right expectations. This is very
Yeah,
important to know that it takes work, it takes a lot of patience, and marketers do a wonderful job at painting this um, get rich quick scheme and getting to 10K in the next 30 days or next week. But it really takes work, it takes dedication, showing up consistently, and yeah.
yeah, and it's human nature to look for easy things. That's how we work as humans. So we need to avoid our human nature, because we naturally will look for the shortcuts, we'll look for the easy things, but we need to avoid those. So we need to go against what we automatically do, to build a sustainable business. So it's funny, but it's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the first big mindset shift you had. Any other mindset shifts you want to share, or results?
Yeah. So um, we talked about this one, we already talked about, is to stop looking for the sale, build relationships and nurture those relationships, and the sale will come naturally. Um, One big mindset shift I had also, um,
Let me just add something on that one you
yeah,
mentioned.
yeah,
So you were talking about building relationships and not going for the sale. So what comes from that also is understanding that buyers are created, not found. Okay, so because everyone online, or a lot of people, when they jump online, they are looking for the secret traffic source. Where is the traffic? Where are the buyers? And there is no secret place where you can go and find buyers. The buyers are created from the moment they enter your audience with what you are doing every single day. Okay, the buyers are created with your actions from the moment that person enters your audience. Not, you don't go to a Facebook group, add people, and people will be ready to spend money on your affiliate product. They need to trust you, and you need to nurture them first. Okay, so there is this misconception where people are um, trying to find buyers. Where can I find buyer traffic? That doesn't exist. You 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 build your audience every single day, and then what defines if people buy from you is the work you do from the moment they enter your audience, with building trust, building relationships, and nurturing them, um, because they need to trust you, and they need to see that you have a solution for them, and that you understand their problems. They want to feel understood. Okay, so, and that's something we are going to touch on, is you were able to start making sales without changing your traffic, without increasing your traffic, because we changed the nurturing process. But we'll get into that in a few minutes.
yeah. What you just talked about, buyers are created, not found, is a big one for me. Is a big mindset shift I had to make, and it was because when I even when I came back in January, I was still looking for places where these people who have their credit cards in their hands ready to buy anything you present to them were hanging out, right? And it's a big misconception. It's a big mindset shift that I needed to have, is that buyers are created. They are created with um, the moment they enter your audience. They are created with the way you nurture them, with the way you provide value for them. They're not found. There's no secret place where you can find buyers. They are created, definitely. That's a big mindset shift I had to have. And it's one that, if you make that kind of mindset shift, it allows you to really start making progress towards that first high ticket sale, because now you're not looking for some secret place that doesn't exist. You know that you have the power to create those buyers yourself by what you do after they enter your audience.
Yeah, by your marketing, by your messaging, by
Yeah,
what you say in your content, by how you are able to describe people's problems.
yeah,
All those things that you are doing from the moment they enter your audience are what define if those people buy from you or from someone else. Okay, because even if they have a problem, for them to buy from you, they need to trust you. Okay, they, if you find someone that has a problem, they will buy from someone they trust, not from someone they don't trust. Okay, trust needs to exist for a transaction to happen. So even if you are connecting today with someone that has a problem and is telling you, I have this problem, you still need to nurture them and build trust before going for the sale. Because if you go for the sale too quickly, they will get defensive because they don't trust you. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I remember when you had that light bulb moment, and you shared with me, it was amazing to see your mindset shift and your perspective shift.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely. Um,
Um,
I still
any
have
other?
yeah. Um,
What?
it was um a big, once again, a big one that contributed to the monetary results I have been able to get is the importance of video content, and the way it can really shorten that um, trust building process and relationship building process with your prospects. I was not comfortable to do lives inside my Facebook group. I was not comfortable to jump on calls with people. I was just avoiding the whole process of video content, and I noticed a big change and a big jump in my results, like whether it be like monetary or non-monetary, when I started doing lives, when I started connecting with people through video. And I just wanted to mention that one, the power of video content and how it can, because the journey and the relationship process can be long. The trust building process can be long, but if you know how to shorten that trust building process, it can be as short as 1 week, like for someone to enter your audience until making that sale from that same person. And that's the power of video content.
Yeah. So if there's a way you can accelerate the customer journey, is with video content. Absolutely. Um, and you notice a lot, especially when you're starting conversations and connecting with people that don't know you, don't like you, don't trust you. So new conversations, new people entering your audience, and they never saw anything from you. And then after they watch a piece of video content from you or a few pieces of video content from you, the conversation is completely
Yeah,
different, because they saw your face, they heard your voice, and it can really accelerate the trust building process, because it's different someone just being reading your posts written and someone watching your videos. If you just write content in written format, of course you can still get results, but you'll see that it will take longer for that customer journey to happen and for people to trust you fully, because they never saw your face and they never heard your voice because you are not doing video content. It was one of the big things that helped me get more results with affiliate marketing, was when I started doing Facebook Lives, and that's why my program is called Six Figure Video Booster, because that's where the money is made, in my opinion, is in that process of nurturing people and how you can accelerate that journey with video content. So, um, so you said you were doing some lives before we started working together, or you didn't do any lives at all?
I was doing, before you tell me to start doing lives twice a week, I was doing lives before, but I was not being consistent. As I said, I was not comfortable on camera. I was not, I was doing a live probably once in 2 weeks, or once every 2 weeks, or once a month. And every time I would jump on camera, I would feel just awkward, and I didn't believe in the whole process, I guess, at first.
Um, yeah. So, did you have problems with doing your first live? Was it something uncomfortable for you and scary?
Yeah, my first live was horrible. I was stuttering all the time. It was very scary, and I was dreading, and I was postponing doing it for like a long time, um, until I decided to do it and just embrace the suck, I guess.
Yeah. Um, For me, it was the same. It was scary for me, but if we want to grow a business, we need to be ready to step out of our comfort zones. And if video content can really help you shorten customer journeys and get results faster from the audience you already are building, it's a step that can really help. Um, so it's, in my opinion, it's one of the key pieces on what I was able to achieve with the field marketing and getting to the results I achieved was starting to the Facebook lives and staying consistent with them every week, twice a week, showing up in front of my audience, because that relationship being built with those people was a, a much stronger relationship, and the trust was built um, easier because they were seeing me and they were getting value from my lives.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
Um, the the time I decided to stick to doing lives consistently is when I noticed, and you told me about this, but as you said, it doesn't have to click the first time you hear something. Like, you were telling me the same thing for like a long time, but when it clicked for me is when I started seeing people being more open to share after watching my lives and after watching a piece of video content from me. Like, as you said, the conversation was completely different after they watched my live or any piece of video content that I sent them or I tagged them on, or they were more open to share about their struggles, share about their pain points, what they're struggling with, and being more open to explore a solution to their problems.
yeah, exactly. Because people, when they meet you, they are skeptical because people are pitched every day in Messenger. Okay. And for those that are not clear, what we do is Facebook organic traffic. What we use is Facebook organic traffic, and we use Messenger to build relationships. And people are bombarded with pitches every single day in Messenger. So when someone approaches them, of course they are skeptical because they are bombarded with so many messages from people. So they will not open up to you and they will not share anything with you because they are defensive. And the difference you see after they watch a piece of video content from you, where you are giving value, you are explaining them and helping them on the things they are struggling with, and they told you is stopping them from moving forward. You see a big difference after that in how people are open to talk with you, because you are, again, the same concept. You are giving before you ask. Okay, you are not going
Yeah,
for the sale. You are giving, sharing a video with them and saying, here's a video that will be helpful for you, and you don't ask anything in return. And that's how you can build relationships, trust, and close more sales. Okay, so it's, the more you give, the more you get. It's what I've
exactly.
experienced in my journey a lot. Awesome. So one thing that you were struggling with, even after making a 2.2K day, was being able to generate sales opportunities for your business, right? So in January, um, yes, you made two high ticket sales around April before your break, but when you came back, you were still struggling to generate leads, and that's where also you had that mindset shift, because your problem was not really the traffic, was the nurturing process. And
Yeah.
in the last 2 weeks you were able to close two high ticket sales. How did that feel for you? How was the feeling after coming back from your break to make two high ticket sales in the last 2 weeks?
It was an amazing feeling because it validates the process. It's not much about the results, the two high ticket sales. It's more about, like, it's a proof that what I'm doing works, and I just need to continue doing more of it, continue showing up, and the high ticket sales will keep happening. As I said, it's not about the monetary results were amazing, but it's more about knowing that what the process works and believing in the process. And because until you see it, you're still and it happened to me early on in my journey when I first got into high ticket affiliate marketing. I was so skeptical about the whole process, and I didn't believe in it, and it was a big thing that held me back from making things happen. But once you see the fruit of what you've been doing. It just validates the process and it makes you want to show up even more in your business to make more happen.
Yeah, and as a coach, I can see why you were able to start experiencing results. One thing you have that is amazing is you take action quickly. You don't wait to be perfect. You take what you learn and you implement, even if you are making mistakes. That's how you learn. So you are an action taker. You are consistent and you show up to the work. And those things, if you have those things, you are putting yourself in a position to get there faster, because you need to be consistent, you need to take action, and you need to show up to do the work. So the reason why you were able to get these 2 ticket sales in the last 2 weeks was because you took what you learned, you didn't wait for things to be perfect, you started implementing, you took action, you asked questions when you were not sure, and you listened, and you improved every single day. And that's what creates that compound effect, is when every single day you are chipping away at the things you need to do. So it was amazing to see you making those 2 ticket sales in the last 2 weeks. One thing I want to mention is sometimes we perceive a problem, we think something is a problem, but the real problem is something different, and that's what was happening here. Um, she was looking for buyers, places to find buyers. That was the perceived problem. That was what she thought was the problem. But the real problem was not that. Was what was happening after people entered the audience and the nurturing process. Okay, so that was one of the big mindset shifts she had, and that's why I mention it again. Is because sometimes we think something is a problem, but the real problem is not what we think. It's something different. That's why having someone that you can ask questions to, that were where you are right now, that was in your shoes, is important, because they can tell you from experience that you are looking at the wrong place if that's the case. Okay, so it was amazing to see your growth in these last few months.
Thank you so much.
So what would you say to someone that is considering working with me, considering getting information about my group coaching program? What would you say to those people that are considering joining and working with me?
I would say that from my own experience, because this is not the first coaching program that I invest in. I already invested in some low ticket courses. I invested in my first high ticket coaching program. And to be honest, I have never, like, the amount of support included in this program is, I didn't find that in anything I've tried before. That's not to say that other programs I've tried before or not didn't get me results, but I always needed that one-on-one touch, and I always needed someone to go back to whenever I needed to that reassurance to know that there's always someone I can ask questions to. So the biggest thing as I said, anyone is looking for when we are just starting is the support, because you can find courses and information everywhere, but to have someone to hold you by the hand and show you exactly what you need to do every single day, and be there to listen to you, be there to when you have mindset issues, be there when you don't trust in the process, and be there every step of the way is something that I haven't found in any other coaching program. So I would definitely recommend anyone looking to start their high ticket affiliate marketing journey to um, look into Andre's coaching program. The amount of support, as I said, is crazy. So yeah.
Thank you so much for those words. Christian is asking, who is your target customer group, Sarah? Who is your target customer?
My target customer. So my target customer is basically me. So when I think about the target customer, I think about me when I was just starting, right? When I was just starting, I was confused. I was desperate to leave my 9 to 5 job. I was in a just confused, lost, not knowing where to start, not knowing what to do every single day to make progress towards my goal. So my target customer has always been me when I was just starting. So it's anyone who is just starting, who has no idea where to start, who is confused, lost, feeling frustrated, not knowing where to start, either because they're just starting, they still haven't tried anything yet, or it's because they have started a while ago, they have been doing a lot of the stuff that hasn't worked for them and they're not getting any results. So that's who I'm looking to help. That's my target customer.
Yeah, that's a good approach. Always looking back in the journey and helping people that are behind you. Of course, it goes very much deeper than that because we need to understand their problems, pains, desires, goals, false beliefs they have, so we can tackle those in our content and break those beliefs and shift their perspectives. So there is a lot that goes into understanding target customer, but a good way to look at it is looking back in your journey and help the people that are a few steps behind you and help them overcome the obstacles you were already able to overcome.
Exactly. Yeah.
Great decisions, Sarah. Congratulations. I think they were talking about the quitting your job in July.
Yeah, that was at the time it didn't feel like it felt like a big mistake because I didn't have I was just jumping into something into the unknown. But looking back at it now, I'm very grateful that I did that and that um, I have been I'm now like doing this full time. It all happened because I took that risk of quitting my job and deciding to pursue something different.
Yeah. If you are in a position where you have a job, it's always also possible to start your business. Okay. When I started, I was working 60, 70 hours a week, and I was doing 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day for my business. Okay. It requires a bit more. It's harder, of course, because you are working in two things, but it's also possible. It will probably take a bit more time until you start seeing results, but it's totally possible. So if anyone is still working in a job, you don't have to quit your job to be able to get results. Okay, you can still be working in a job and keep making progress every single day, um, and eventually get there. As long as you keep showing up, and even if it is just 30 minutes a day, you still show up. That's what it takes to get there. Okay, it's chipping away and becoming 1% better every single day. If you keep doing that and keep using your days off to do a bit more work, that's what I was doing. I was doing before I was going to my job. I was working 1 hour in the morning, so 6 a.m. From 6 to 7 a.m. I was working on my business, and then I was going to the job because also that's the time where you have more energy of the day. You just woke up, so the put the hours where you have more energy to your business because that's your priority. Um, because that's what eventually will allow you to quit your job. Are you trying other platforms?
Is that question for me?
Yeah.
So when I was just starting, I was all over the place. I wanted to do everything all at once. But right now that I understand the importance of focusing on one thing, if I had to give a piece, like a very, very important piece of advice to myself when I was just starting, is to focus on one platform. So, one business model, if you're into affiliate marketing, one business model, one platform. That's all I'm using right now. I'm using Facebook, doing high ticket affiliate marketing, using organic strategies on Facebook. So I'm only using Facebook, one platform, and one product to sell, one product to promote. So the more you narrow your focus, the better. That's a big thing that holds a lot of people. I don't want to say holds a lot of people back, but definitely slows down their results because they want to be on every platform. When if they only simplify things and focus on one thing, it would be they would definitely get their results faster. So I'm a big advocate of focusing on one thing.
Totally agree with that. Every time I simplified my business, I was able to grow. In these almost 3 years, I've seen that happening over and over again. We as humans tend to complicate things, but the more we simplify, the faster results we get. Okay. Again, we need to go against our automatic human behavior, which is to complicate things.
Yeah.
So, because we think, how can something so simple generate results? Because what we are doing is very simple. We are using a Facebook profile in Messenger in the Facebook group, which is optional. You can run your business with your Facebook profile and Messenger. You don't need anything else. It's very simple. And sometimes we question that and we think, how can I run my business with just this? It's
Yeah.
too
Yeah.
simple. But the more you simplify, the better results you get. That's what I learned in my experience online. But it was a good question, Magali. Thanks for asking. André, you're awesome. Thank you both for the live. Thank you. How do we get people interested in our Facebook group videos? I'm guessing posting on profile and TikTok, etc. Do you want me to answer that, or do you want to answer?
You can answer that.
So, if you are posting videos on your Facebook group, your goal is to feed that group. Okay, is to bring as many people as possible to your Facebook group. What I do in my business is I build my Facebook profile, my friends list, and then having conversation with those people or making posts on my profile, that will send people to the group, because that's where the magic happens. That's where the video nurturing process is inside my Facebook group. So I need to get as many people as possible to my videos, because that's where the trust is building quickly, and that's where I know there is the possibility of shortening the customer journey and getting there faster. Okay, so what I'm doing is adding friends, Facebook profile, and with conversations and content on the profile, send people to the group. Okay. There are people that use TikTok, for example, to grow their Facebook groups. You post videos on TikTok, and then you have your TikTok link to your group. That's also a possibility that you can use. So it's up to you, up to your preference. I would recommend focusing on one thing. Okay, so if you are using TikTok, focus on that. TikTok to Facebook group. If you are focusing on profile to group, focus on that. Don't try to do too much at the same time, especially with the job and if you have limited time, as I know you have, Julio. So try to keep things simple. Pick one that you prefer doing, the one that you see yourself consistently doing, because you need to be able to show up consistently. So if you think that doing TikTok videos is not something you enjoy, then go the other route and do the Facebook. If you think that doing TikToks is something that you really want to do and you can stay consistent with, go the TikTok route and feed the Facebook group that way. So it's up to you, but pick one. That would be my advice.
Exactly.
This is amazing. I would like to replay a few times. Thanks, who shared these. Terrence, thank you. Money flows where the focus goes. Candy,
Exactly.
absolutely. Totally agree.
Exactly.
Did you create your Facebook group from the get go or did you wait?
Is the question for me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I definitely was postponing it I did postpone it for a long time. I was not ready for, as I said, to go live. And as I knew that that was the purpose of creating a Facebook group, is to build relationship with your tribe. It's a community where it's not like the profile where everyone gets gets nurtured on your profile, on your group. Only the people who have access to your group get access to your lives, and we do lives inside the Facebook group. So I was not ready for that, for the video content commitment. So I was postponing it for a very long time until I decided to, okay, I need to start my Facebook group, as that's a part of the Facebook organic strategy that we're using. It's optional. You don't have to build a Facebook group. You don't have to have a Facebook group, but I totally recommend it, as we just talked about, it accelerates the trust building process. Since you are going live, you're giving value, people get nurtured by you, they see you, they get exposed to your personality, and that just speeds up the trust building process. So I would
Yeah.
say the sooner you get a Facebook group, the better.
It also depends on how much time you have available to work on your business daily. If you have very very limited time, managing a group will take more time. You need to do additional tasks when you have a group. So if you have very limited time, focus on profile only, and do everything that way. Facebook group has some advantages because first people need to take a step to join, which allows you to qualify people a bit, because the people that are not serious to answer 3 questions to join your group are not people you want to work with. Okay, so it can help you filter people because they need to take a step to join. So the people that join are a bit closer to you and to your brand. And I look at the Facebook group like an inner circle. People on your profile are anyone can find your profile, but for them to enter your inner circle, you need to give them permission. Okay, so they are a bit more qualified leads and a bit closer to you um, in the trust building process. Also, a Facebook group allows you to have organic growth. That means Facebook does the work for you to bring you leads, and this is something Sara has been experiencing recently with a lot of organic growth in her group. People joining her group without her needing to be the one going out there and finding people. Facebook is recommending the group organically. So when you are scrolling, sometimes you see recommended groups. That's Facebook recommending your group. So when you reach a point where you have organic growth from Facebook, your group grows on autopilot without you having to bring people to the group. So that's a big advantage of a group. Also, you are the authority there. Okay, people are there, and you are the leader. You manage the rules. You define what happens. So it's good also to build authority. So it has a lot of advantages having a group, but as I said, depends on the time you have available. If you have very limited time, don't do it, and focus on your profile. On your profile, you can also do videos if you want. I have a student that is doing videos on the profile. So it's up to your preference. And I teach in my coaching program, I teach both strategies. I teach the strategy for someone that has time available to build a group and using the Facebook Lives that way, or someone that has less time, how to nurture people with video without a group by sending videos in Messenger, for example, directly to people based on what they say is their struggle or their roadblock. Okay, and for that we use a tool which is Loom. So that's another way of doing it. Okay. So that decision is based mostly on the amount of time you have available. Any suggestions on setting up my profile? You mean setting up your profile for a business from scratch? If that's what you mean, you need to clean it up first. Remove anything that is not business related. If your focus is using the profile only for business, I would remove everything else. You need a profile picture where you show you are a real person. That's important because people buy from people. You need a cover photo that tells people what you do, so when people visit your profile, they can see quickly what you do and what you can help them with. You can set up your bio with a few words saying what you do and how you can help people. And then you can put a link in the bio, and you have also a section to put a link. The link you use there, usually I don't recommend an offer directly. You can put or your Facebook group or a link to message you, or just say message me in the words you write in the bio. Okay, those are the main things. And then it's starting to produce content on the profile. And try to add some photos of yourself, because that's important. People need to see you are a real person to buy from you. If you don't have a profile picture, in your case you have, but if someone doesn't have a profile picture, it's very hard for someone to trust that person. Okay, unless you jump on a call with them or something for them to see your face. But if you can avoid that skepticism by having a profile picture right away and showing photos of yourself, that helps with having a higher percentage of people being open to talk with you. Any final words you want to share, Sarah?
Yeah, I just want to encourage anyone who is having mindset issues and having self-doubt, thinking that they can't make it. Um, I am living proof that you can make it, because I have like the most mindset issues. I have, like, since I was like young, and like my whole life, I've had like a lot of mindset issues, not just in business, but in real life. So just think about, just have faith, have confidence, have faith in yourself that you can make it. If you're following a proven process that works for a lot of people, why wouldn't it work for you? Have faith in yourself, trust in the process, and work on your mindset on the daily, and keep showing up, keep chipping away every single day, and I promise you the results will follow.
Totally agree. Consistency is huge. So um, having that plan, having that consistency, taking action, asking questions. Don't stay in silence if you need help. I tried that in the beginning of my journey. Sarah tried that in the beginning of her journey, and it was frustrating because it led nowhere. So if you are stuck, if you don't know what you need to do, if you are lost, you are overwhelmed, and you need help, ask for help. That was the best thing I did in my journey. Every time I asked for help and I asked for people above me or people that were a few steps ahead of me to help me, that was when I saw the big shifts and the biggest growth. Okay, so totally agree with what you said.